playing in any wiffle ball game that you are a part of, because I was in the third grade when you came out of your front door as Tim Walker and I were playing wiffle ball, and you said you wanted to play. Sure, we wanted you to play because you were a great athlete. And I'll never forget that I still have a bruise on my right thigh, left thigh rather, as I was running into home when you smoked me from the McClendon's yard. So no, I still have an injury from the third grade. Bill Ricketts, one of the best wiffle ball players in the history of mankind. Go to your text, Preacher Man.
Yeah, Ray Baby coming back with follow up on his lady friend's dieting habits. He says if they were out of feet, the one pickle feet lady would eat a knuckle. I guess it's the same as the difference between dark meat and white. Don't know, but she was beautiful. Ray Baby also said Eli Gold.
Wait. Is wife number one beautiful or wife number two beautiful?
I guess that was his second wife. His second wife.
Be real careful.
Yeah, got to be careful there. He also said Eli Gold is great. Hope to hear him call the race at Talladega tomorrow. FS said my only exposure to Eli Gold was a NASCAR announcer, and I didn't like him in that capacity. Quint, I like Quint here. He says that smoked bologna is a delicacy, and he said at Winfield Middle School, they let parents cook for their concessions fresh burgers and homemade jambalaya.
We've got Jimbo on the line.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. Hey, Rev.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with smoked bologna, man.
No, that's why I couldn't be a Jewish person.
I don't.
The views of the Preacher Man do not represent any part of the Nick Brown Show or Sports Talk 97.7. Okay, I just made that claim.
Okay. Look, I want a couple things I want to ask y'all about. First one I'm going to ask Tabor. John.
Yeah.
What, is that why the Saber that the Saints drafted? Is that the guy from Arizona State?
Correct.
Oh.
Good ball player.
Oh, a hell of a receiver. He just can't stay healthy.
We'll see.
Yep. Maybe they'll straighten him out.
I think that it's interesting because I went back and looked, and the starting quarterback for the Rams, Matt Stafford, he's okay with it. So apparently their dads are friends. So I didn't think he would go that high, but hey, kudos to Ty Simpson and the Rams for making that pick.
Great move for him coming out because he wouldn't have been drafted that high next year.
No. But that one thing about it is he's in the perfect spot. I mean, he can sit the bench and carry a clipboard and just learn the game, get bigger and stronger. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with it. He might be a bust, but he might be the man. You can't never tell.
Well, it's interesting because I think it's kind of funny, but before the Rams drafted Ty Simpson, they were reaching out to everybody to back up. They tried to sign Joe Flacco. So before they drafted, I'm not making that up. You go to it, they tried to sign Joe Flacco, and they couldn't make it happen. And Flacco's going to return to Cincinnati. So, of course, I wish Flacco would return to the Browns. But anyway, so kudos to Ty Simpson.
Okay. Well, me, yeah, I feel that way too. Now, the other draft pick from Alabama, Nick wasn't real happy about that one. The big old.
Yeah, I think there's concerns about his weight issues and stuff. And is he going to have the foot speed and all to play? But definitely raw talent is there. It's just concerns about his I don't know, I guess personal habits.
Sad waffle house.
Work ethic. Yeah.
Well, I got one more thing to say.
All right, one more. Here we go. What you got?
I ain't told Rev this in a while. Do your job tomorrow, Rev.
There you go. We need to hear that.
I'll try hard.
Bama Jim, appreciate you listening. Thanks for calling in. You have a great weekend.
Y'all too.
Yeah, you know, the thing about, I've always wondered about, you know, in college, if you get a lead and it's at halftime or middle third quarter, you put your backup in and you try and get them some experience. They just don't do that in the NFL. And
No.
I've always wondered about that. What if the game's out of hand? Why risk your guy getting hurt? Let your backup come in and play. But unless it's like 4 or 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they just don't ever let the backups play.
All right, we're going to take a break. You're listening to the Nick Brown Show on the Nick Brown Show Network. I'm going to grab another cup of coffee. We come back. Corey Riggs, play-by-play from Missouri State, joins us on the Nick Brown Show.
ProVision Security. Surpass protecting your future. Cameras, doorbell cameras, systems you can control all from your smartphone. Security systems with low monthly monitoring starting at $14.99. ProVision Security is more than security. Sound systems, hanging your flat screen TV, speakers in your ceiling, even Wi-Fi systems. ProVision Security, 314 East Georgia in Ruston. Call Michael at 773-3703. Check him out on Facebook. ProVision Security.
Hey guys, the gals aren't the only ones that care about their look. Let Adrian Russell or Dara Davis at LaBella Salon give you just the right hairstyle. Need a massage? Mamie Lee is their massage therapist and can work out those sore, tired muscles. Go ahead, schedule an appointment today. Call LaBella Salon 202-5848. LaBella Salon, 105 Reynolds Drive, next to Skip Russell State Farm in Ruston. What are you waiting for? Now's a great time to give them a call. LaBella Salon, 202-5848. Walk-ins welcome.
Okay, so clearly the word is out about Country Pleasin' sausage. Thank you for helping make Country Pleasin' your go-to sausage on game day. From original to jalapeno and cheese, black pepper cheddar, even crawfish and pork, we can't get enough at Sports Talk 97.7, and it seems like you can't either. Check for Country Pleasin' at your local retailer, and for additional flavors, check them out at countrypleasin.com. That's countrypleasin.com.
Don't let concerns about current events derail your long-term financial strategy. Hi, I'm Edward Jones, financial advisor Jeremy Hebert, and I'm here to help. We can work together to understand today's financial landscape and make sure you achieve your goals. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Let's connect. Start by giving me a call at 318-251-9200.
Member SIPC.
This is Brandon Kraft, General Manager at Homes Plus. This tax season, we have got with our factories to offer our customers guaranteed build times. So don't just spend your tax return, invest it into the next place you will call home. And everyone be on the lookout for the all-new tiny home coming soon. Get the plus, Homes Plus. So come see us on Highway 165 North in Monroe or visit us at homesplus.com.
Sports Talk, Southern Style, on the Nick Brown Show.
Welcome back to the Nick Brown Show, the Nick Brown Show Network. You heard that fight song. It's for Missouri State. Corey Riggs joined us play-by-play for Missouri State. Corey, what were your initial thoughts on the Love Shack last night?
Well, man, I did not feel a lot of love in the Love Shack in that first inning last night. It was a tough start for our redshirt freshman Ross Felder, who gave up 6 runs on 6 hits, and man, just kind of got. It was a doubles parade there for a little bit by the big bats for Big Blue there. But it's a great ballpark. It was a great environment until Mother Nature decided to start throwing splitters and curveballs at us. And we'll just go ahead and try to get game 1 wrapped up this afternoon and jump right into game 2 and see how it goes. But it was a crazy night last night in Conference USA. A lot of the top teams in the league went down last night.
You know, absolutely. And, of course, you always say, well, that is baseball. And I know you follow baseball and really all sports. How many teams do you think from Conference USA will make it into an NCAA regional?
You know, Nick, I'd like to say 3. It just kind of depends. I think we're going to beat up on us pretty good here down the stretch. I mean, heavens knows, the Conference USA computer didn't do La Tech any favors with the last 3 series being like, Missouri State, who's kind of overperformed in their first year in the league, and then DBU and Liberty. And everybody at the top, those top 4 or 5 spots, kind of has that similar schedule down the stretch here, except for the Bears, who mercifully have already made their trips to Dallas Baptist and made their trips to Liberty and now are here at La Tech. But I'd like to say with 5 teams in the top 100 in the RPI and Kennesaw State, and I think one other, there's about 7 within the first 108 spots in the RPI. I'd like to think that Conference USA is looked on rather fondly by the selection committee this year.
All right, I'm going to ask you a Missouri question first. I know you're born and bred in the Show Me State. You lived there all your life. We talk about Jacksonville State, the year that they're having. Steve Beazer, the success that he had at Missouri. What went wrong there? Because I always ask, like, what do you see when you look in the mirror? And I look at his numbers, and we did a comparison earlier today in the show, what they've done. Because he had a 3-year stretch at Missouri, greatest in their history, and then, like, he since joining the conference, and then they just decide he's not there anymore. What really happened? Because he is a very good baseball coach.
He is a very good baseball coach, and I don't know that the only thing that might have ended Beazer's run in Columbia was the fact that he kept wanting more and more for that baseball team, and the University of Missouri just wasn't willing to pony up. And you and I both know when you make a move, whatever conference you move to, you've kind of got to step your game up. Well, I mean, moving to the SEC, there is no bigger move. And they haven't spent the money on that baseball program to allow them to keep up with the Joneses, the Alabamas, the Tennessees, anybody in that super conference. So while they parted ways, I mean, obviously the product on the field said how good of a baseball guy Steve Beazer is. I just think he kept asking for more and more, and they just weren't willing to pump any more money into that program because in Columbia right now, they're spending about every dollar they scrounge up on Faurot Field in that football stadium.
You know, absolutely. I want to jump into this Missouri State team. You look at it, 26-12 overall. Really impressed. I was actually sitting with Tabor last night, and we made the decision to leave on the lightning delay. Of course, when you're on the radio, you don't have the luxury, so you probably had to hang around a little bit longer than we did. But I am impressed, and I guess I'm just going to ask you Joey Hawkins' hitting philosophy, because I think everyone, it seemed like, and number one, if some of these guys on Missouri State's team wanted to go play football, I certainly think they could, because you guys have a huge roster, but they are all free swingers. I mean, they're looking to go yard. You guys can hit the baseball.
Yeah, 77 home runs on the season. That's basically top 10 in the country. And here's the deal. Joey Hawkins' hitting philosophy, he adapted that working in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. Hawk was drafted by the Cardinals after being the Missouri Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year at shortstop for Keith Gutton's Bears back in 2015. Made it up to about the AA level in the minors. Didn't think he was going to get a whole lot further, so he had the opportunity to get into coaching in the organization and really excelled as a hitting coach in the organization. As a matter of fact, was kind of the hitting coach and coordinator during the COVID season, and they sent a ton of guys to Springfield, to Hammons Field, the ballpark that's shared by Missouri State and the AA affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. And Hawk's philosophy is when you hit the baseball hard, good things happen. It's that simple. It's get your A swing off in the first 3 or 4 pitches you see, because the longer the at-bat goes on, the analytics and the metrics just tell you the likelihood of you getting a fastball middle, or a slider that gets hung in the upper part of the zone is going to go down exponentially the longer the at-bat goes on. So all of these Bears are swinging out of their shoes at the first 2 or 3 pitches, and then they kind of tighten up and change what they're doing after that. But I've always said I would love us to play a pickup game of basketball with the Missouri State men's team, because I don't know about football players, but we got a lot of 6'5", 6'6". I think we'd have a pretty good men's league team if we threw these guys out on the court.
I want to ask you this question because I know it's changed. It was Hammons Field. I think it's Route 66 Stadium now. What is it like, as from a broadcaster's perspective, having to share a field with a minor league team? Does it work well, or do you have your own booth, or does it come in? And what is it like? Because it is a beautiful facility. I will tell you that one year I was actually canoeing the Buffalo River. Bad weather came in, so I went in and drove around the ballpark. It is a wonderful facility.
No, it's an incredible facility. The vision that John Q. Hammons had to bring that ballpark to downtown Springfield. The backstory is that ballpark opened in 2004. Missouri State was the original and only inhabitant in John Q. Hammond's ballpark, Hammond's Field. The Bears set attendance records that year. The first conference game they played against SIU in that ballpark, they had over 9,000 baseball fans in that big, beautiful, basically the crown jewel of downtown Springfield. Sharing it with the Cardinals is great. I don't mind me and the play-by-play for the Cardinals. We share the same home radio booth. It's not a problem. He moves his gear out of the way when I'm in there and vice versa. It's a very good relationship that the Cardinals and the Bears have, with one exception. So now things have changed a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but there was plenty of projections a month ago when the Bears were number 5 in the RPI, number 10 in the RPI, because of the incredibly difficult non-conference schedule that Joey Hawkins put together. You know, there was a lot of projections saying, hey, the Bears could host a regional. Well, the Bears can't host a regional if the Springfield Cardinals are at home the same week, because the NCAA years ago changed the rule that you can't host if it's a shared facility. You have to be the only games in that building because of TV coverage and because of weather delays and things of that nature. So we've been having an open dialogue with them about if the Bears had a chance to host a regional, could they move the games that week? And that's an uphill battle, and it's cost the Bears previously the ability to host. So that's really the only downside, because otherwise we play in about the nicest park in Middle America, and it's hard to compare it to anything else. I mean, like we talked about, Love Shack is a great on-campus ballpark, but this is a pro ballpark that has a ton of amenities and everything else, and is just a great place to call home.
And Corey, we're talking ballparks this morning, and we're gonna put you on the spot here for just a second. We're talking favorite ballpark food ever. Do you have a favorite ballpark food that sticks out, or memory of ballpark food that sticks out?
All right. I'm gonna deviate just a little bit because I love this story. So I didn't have it at the baseball stadium, but it's my understanding that they offer it at every venue: football, basketball, baseball. I made a trip to BYU in Provo a couple years ago with men's basketball, and they sell a concession stand item. It's their number one seller. Makes them thousands of dollars every year. It's called the Cougar Tail. And the Cougar Tail is basically a 1.5 foot long maple bar. It comes in a brown paper sack like you buy a loaf of French bread at the grocery store in, but it is a maple bar like you get at the donut shop on a Saturday morning, and it was amazing. My broadcast partner bought it. I couldn't decide what I was more excited about, having the Cougar Tail, or I got to meet Danny Ainge that day too. So it was a toss-up between the Cougar Tail and meeting the former Boston Celtics star.
Oh, Toronto Blue Jay star too. Wasn't he drafted by the Blue Jays?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean he was Bo Jackson before Bo Jackson.
Don't go too far, Corey.
Just saying, he had a run in 2 professional sports. So he did that early when not everybody was doing that. Eventually, that got to be in vogue with guys like Brian Jordan and the Cardinals and Bo and everybody else.
I want to talk about this because I really, there's a level of enthusiasm. I kind of went to your app and listened to you call a little bit last night. Very impressed. The enthusiasm that you bring. I think that's part of your personality, number one, but also because you're an alum of Missouri State, but the excitement you bring. Talk a little bit about your background and really how many games you call a year for Missouri State.
Well, I mean, probably close to 100 when you consider I took the job replacing the longtime legendary Hall of Fame broadcaster Art Haynes, who has been an incredible mentor to me, and I've had the privilege of working with him on the radio network for the last decade. But taking over, football, men's basketball, and baseball, it's a crazy grind. But my family, we're all Bears. I met my wife at Missouri State. We got married. We stayed in Springfield. I'm from Webb City originally, down one way on I-44. She's a St. Louis girl going the other way on I-44. We stayed there. We have our one son, Carter. He's a junior at Missouri State right now, studying app development. He's way smarter than his old man that can only talk ball. I moved here and moved to Springfield in the fall of '93. I never left. I fell in love with the school. and met the love of my life there. Our son goes there. I'm just a bear through and through. So this is the best job. I mean, it's a dream job. I can't ask for anything more than getting to call these games. So I am very passionate, very energetic about these teams. And, anybody that gets a chance to sit on a bus and ride the highways down to a city like Ruston, Louisiana, or over to Dallas to take on Dallas Baptist, you spend hours on those buses with these boys, and they get to be like family. And my big deal, my one philosophy is my wife got me one of those travel mugs, and it says, "I'm a sports announcer. I see it, I say it, I make it sound epic." And that's kind of my philosophy. I want these moments for these boys to be larger than life when they do something amazing, and I just try and meet the moment for them and give them all the love I can. And it sure beats having a real job, fellas.
Well, I want to tell you, you are certainly a delight. We appreciate you coming on the show. I know you got 2 games to call today, so we certainly appreciate you coming on the show. You have a great afternoon, and I hope you win all of the games that you play except for the 2 today and 1 tomorrow.
I appreciate you guys. You have a great Saturday.
All right, you do as well. That's Corey Riggs joining us. Missouri State, play-by-play, a beautiful facility. You go through and Cheer Guy, that's a team that really knew it. And Conference USA made a bowl game their first year.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at baseball, and we were talking about, them swinging the hot bat. Look at all of their games and how many times they've been in double digits, on the diamond and baseball. And I mean, they're putting up 12, 13, 14, 15 runs some games. And, you're going to win a lot of ball games that way. And you're going to get a chance to have that high RPI and get a chance to maybe host a regional by doing stuff like that.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and wrap up the show. You're listening to The Nick Brown Show on the Nick Brown Show Network. We'll be right back.
Here's your weather forecast from Red Peach Radio. Saturday looks warm and somewhat unsettled across North Louisiana. Expect mostly cloudy skies with scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially during the morning into early afternoon hours. Our high will be 83 with light southwest winds. Some storms could produce brief heavy rain. Saturday evening stays mild and mostly cloudy with continued chances of showers and possibly a thunderstorm, a low of 68. Sunday will bring another warm spring day into the area, mix of cloud and sunshine, a few isolated showers and thunderstorms with a high of 86.
Has your yard work and summer fun already put your back and neck in a bind? Bending, lifting, twisting puts additional tension and pressure on your back and neck. Once your muscles and nerves become inflamed, you start to feel the pain and stiffness, and no matter how many over-the-counter medications you take, it just won't go away. Well, it's time to call Dr. Bob Rendina at Chiro Network in Ruston. Chiropractic treatments work to get your back and neck working properly again. Play it smart. Stretch before and after. And when you need a chiropractor, call Dr. Bob Rendina at Chiro Network in Ruston.
Friends, this is Skip Russell, your #1 insurance agent in Ruston for the past 42 years. I want you to know that I would be proud to be your insurance agent. Come by and check out our new lower rates on automobile insurance. Call us at 255-5050 or come by our office at 105 Reynolds Drive in Ruston. That's behind Wendy's and Captain D's. Thank you.
When Brownie buys bourbon, it's at the Keg Package. Operating since 1972, the Keg Package has been serving the Ruston Grambling community for over 50 years. The Hightowers purchased the Keg in 2005 and built a new prime location in 2013 on the Tarbutton exit. They offer a wide variety of hard-to-find beer, wine, and liquor. They also have over 20 flavors of delicious frozen drinks. You can purchase Best Stop Boudin and sausage along with Louisiana Tech steaks. Come experience Divine Wine and the Keg Package.
Sexton Animal Health Center in Ruston serves your pet and you, providing high-quality pet health and wellness services to assist your pet in living a longer, happier, and healthier life, and providing you with access to leading-edge products, services, and educational content to enhance the bond with your pet. Sexton Animal Health Center is a full-service veterinary medical facility, providing the best possible medical, surgical, digital radiology, and dental care for their patients. And ask about pet daycare and boarding, too. Sexton Animal Health Center, 1628 East Kentucky in Ruston. Become a friend on Facebook to receive the latest news and updates.
Nick Brown for All Hours Fitness Ruston. In Ruston, life doesn't stop at 5 o'clock, neither should your goals. Welcome to All Hours Fitness Ruston, your 24/7 destination for strength, health, and a better you. We've just grown. Enjoy over 15,000 square feet of premium equipment, outdoor training, and live classes. With our exclusive ladies-only area, cryotherapy, red light therapy, massage bed, and tanning, we've taken away every excuse. Locally owned, built for life. Join the family at All Hours Fitness Ruston today.
Has your yard work and summer fun already put your back and neck in a bind? Bending, lifting, twisting puts additional tension and pressure on your back and neck. Once your muscles and nerves become inflamed, you start to feel the pain and stiffness. And no matter how many over-the-counter medications you take, it just won't go away. Well, it's time to call Dr. Bob Rendina at Chiro Network in Ruston. Chiropractic treatments work to get your back and neck working properly again. Play it smart. Stretch before and after. And when you need a chiropractor, call Dr. Bob Rendina at Chiro Network in Ruston.
I'm hashing over an ethical dilemma, so I think I could use some black coffee.
Of course, you can get black coffee and all your favorite coffee beverages at Depot Coffee Shop. The Depot Coffee Shop is located at 211 West Railroad Avenue in downtown Ruston. The Depot Coffee Shop is coffee with a cause. The Depot Coffee Shop is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on Friday from 7 a.m. to 5.
I was about 208 when I
No,
was scared
no,
this
it's
morning.
depressing. I think it's a depressant. You don't.
No, it'll mess you.
Yeah.
It'll mess
I got
you
a
up.
student that's on it, and she didn't know that I know she's on it. Just messed her up.
And Jackson, I mentioned the corn dog from Carl Newsom.
What's your go-to?
My favorite of all time. You know, it's funny you ask questions and you're never prepared to answer.
Okay, I've got an.
We're
answer.
asking you. We're asking you. You're up, and then I'll.
All right, as far as like a one-off specific memory, of course, you know, Love Shack, they serve hamburgers. They keep them in the steamer, which, you know, it's a common concession stand. And they're reliable. You know what you
Okay,
get.
hold up. My ADD just kicked in. I've got to throw in at the old Love Shack. You and I had to walk outside and wait in line
Oh, they
for a
still had
ticket.
the pit down there by the front gate.
The year nobody was there, nobody was coming to the games that much then, and we got those hamburgers. Do you remember that year?
No,
that may be the top three hamburgers of all time.
That wasn't.
That's a new park?
That was in the new park.
Top 3 hamburgers of all time.
See, Nick, you interrupted my story. You knew where I was going.
No,
and
I
you
didn't.
just-
I had no idea. Okay, I'll be quiet. Tell your story.
I was leading up to it. You know. Anyhow, this specific day, the special, they had like bacon hickory burgers, or I forget what exactly it was, but they cooked them on the griddle, on the flat grill, and something about that day, they were phenomenal. Probably the best burger I've had at a ballpark.
I'm gonna validate that statement. I totally agree with you. All right, now your favorite all-time go-to.
Oh, the go-to is nachos, chili cheese, and peppers.
So I'm gonna go with the corn dog from Carl Newsom Field, and I will throw in the sausage dog at Copiah Lincoln, Colin, simply because Dad played there. RJ's always played well there. But I'm gonna go with. I will tell you, the brisket nachos we had last night are tough to beat.
Do I lie to you?
No, you did not.
Every time I give you an honest answer, and some days are better than others.
Far better than smoked bologna, barbecued bologna.
I'll defend the preacher man. When I went to a mutual friend and sponsor here on the Nick Brown Show, the Keg, Seth Hightower's wedding up in Clarksdale, Mississippi. This would have been 2020 because it was right when COVID hit. It was a little restaurant in Clarksdale, and one of the items on the menu was this thick-cut smoked bologna sandwich. Phenomenal.
I'm going to tell you that I know exactly where you
Well,
went.
no, I couldn't eat it regularly, but as a one-off, let me try something different. It was outstanding. So I'll give the preacher man his leeway on. Now, here's the thing: if he's going and he's ordering the smoked bologna at the game every Friday night, maybe you need to mix your palate up a little bit there.
All right. Love to hear from you at 888-993-7762. We're almost out of time here on the Nick Brown Show. 2 hours of caffeinated sports talk. Certainly appreciate you joining us this morning. Thanks to the Preacher Man. Thanks to John Tabor, as well as the Cheer Man, Cheer Guy. And I must tell you, though, you can follow the Nick Brown Show. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's going to be videos posted on there throughout the week. We'll have our Bourbon of the Month next week, so look forward to that as well. But you have several ways to watch the Nick Brown Show and follow us. Again, download the Red Peach Sports app or listen to us on 97.7 or 94.5 in Jackson, Alabama. But we would like for you to go to YouTube, find the Nick Brown Show, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks to all of you for listening to the show today. Until next week, as always, keep the coffee warm.